Gary McKinnon asserts that during his alleged hacking activities on NASA and US Navy computer systems, he discovered compelling evidence suggesting interaction with advanced entities and advanced non-human technology. According to officials in the United States, Gary McKinnon was accused of perpetrating what is deemed the most significant military computer breach in history. Interestingly, Gary asserts that he discovered evidence of interactions with beings and technology that are not of terrestrial origin as a direct consequence of the aforementioned hack. Gary McKinnon firmly believes that the truth regarding unidentified flying objects, unidentified aerial phenomena, and advanced life will never be disclosed to the public. Gary McKinnon, a 57-year-old from Scotland, was involved in an unauthorized access incident that took place in 2002. He managed to gain entry into the computer systems of several prominent US institutions, including the Army, Navy, Air Force, Pentagon, and NASA. This breach of security became a lengthy legal battle for Mr. McKinnon, who fought against extradition to the United States. He rose to prominence as a highly discussed and celebrated figure, attracting the attention and support of prominent politicians, such as Boris Johnson and David Cameron, who vehemently opposed his extradition. Notably, several renowned rock stars, including David Gilmour of Pink Floyd, Sting, Peter Gabriel, and Chrissie Hynde, lent their voices to advocate for him. This widespread backing from influential figures across politics and the music industry served to further solidify his status. Following his diagnosis with Asperger's syndrome, the extradition of the individual in question was ultimately halted in 2012. This decision was made on the basis of human rights considerations and was implemented by the then Home Secretary, Theresa May. In the aftermath of his hacking incident, McKinnon made a startling revelation, asserting that he had encountered a vast array of images and documents that provided evidence of the existence of advanced life and technology right here on Earth. Among the intriguing findings were the presence of a sleek, cylindrical craft featuring domes hovering above the Earth in a NASA computer. Equally remarkable was the discovery of an Excel spreadsheet within a US Navy network, detailing the existence of non-terrestrial officers, as well as a list of interstellar ships and military resources involved in fleet-to-fleet transfers. These extraordinary disclosures opened up a world of possibilities regarding the presence and interaction of advanced beings and humans. According to McKinnon, it was several decades ago when he faced the issue of having a slow internet connection, which hindered his ability to download the evidence in question. Furthermore, he asserts that the NASA hack he was allegedly involved in was actually detected and prevented by a vigilant employee before he could take any action. According to McKinnon, he holds a firm belief that any aspirations of uncovering the truth about hacked NASA computers and unidentified objects are in vain. In a straightforward manner, McKinnon expressed his view, asserting that the disclosure of the truth will never come to fruition. In a recent update, NASA publicly disclosed the results of its extensive year-long investigation into unidentified aerial phenomena, thus shedding light on any potential existence of advanced life. As per the official statements released by the space agency, no concrete evidence supporting the presence of alien life forms was found. In an interview, he expressed his dissatisfaction with the response he received from them. Describing their approach as typical, he emphasized that their statement, when examined closely, offered no substantial information. He states that in the pursuit of uncovering genuine information from military institutions, it becomes evident that NASA, though outwardly presenting itself as a civilian organization, falls within this category. In a previous interview, he stated that it is an undeniable reality that there exist unidentified objects traversing our skies, and furthermore, it is an equally undeniable reality that dedicated scientific, intelligence, and military entities are diligently investigating and studying these perplexing phenomena. This emphasizes the presence of enigmatic aerial entities in our airspace, prompting the continuous examination and analysis carried out by authoritative institutions from multiple fields of expertise. In a recent development, the NASA Administrator Bill Nelson has made a firm commitment to enhance the transparency surrounding UAP data within the US Space Agency. Despite the inherent mystery surrounding such phenomena, Nelson has assured the public that any evidence of extraterrestrial existence, if ever discovered, will be openly shared with the world. McKinnon, who has held the belief that the agency is concealing the reality surrounding advanced beings, summarily disregarded Nelson's assurance. His resolution to engage in hacking activities in search of undisclosed information was greatly influenced by the impactful testimony of Donna Hare, a former NASA contractor, who courageously revealed classified information during the Disclosure Project press conference held in Washington, D.C. in 2001. In his pursuit of the truth, McKinnon uncovered a treasure trove of forbidden knowledge hidden within the proprietary systems of the agency. During her time at Building 8, located within the Johnson Space Center in Houston, Texas, the individual in question made a bold assertion. According to her, she once entered a photo lab and witnessed members of the technical staff engaging in the act of airbrushing unidentified flying objects out of the photographs before they were made available to the public. Expanding further on her claims, she also stated that NASA utilized the codename Santa Claus to refer to 3 separate unidentified object sightings that occurred during lunar landings on the Moon. These allegations have sparked intrigue and speculation within the realm of space exploration and enthusiasts. At the end of February 2022, Gary McKinnon went on Reddit and didn't ask me anything. This is where members of Reddit can reach out and ask Gary any questions they have. He said the following: "Hi, I'm Gary McKinnon. I'll make this brief, but there are some things I feel it's important to point out, so you know where I'm coming from. Apologies for not doing a live video response. I have a couple of commercial projects on the go that prohibit me from doing audio and video in relation to my story. I was arrested in March 2002 for hacking into various government and military networks in America, looking for evidence of mysterious flying aircrafts and free energy. It wasn't a clever hack. No fragmented packets to bypass firewalls or any of the glossy stuff. I had a specific intention, and like any good system administrator, which I was at the time, I wanted a simple process that would catch basic weaknesses, sometimes network-wide, with a simple script and a little creativity. It was cracking more than hacking. Like any system admin knows, the laziest solution is often the best. In my effort to find solid proof that the government and military knew about these crafts, I followed information found in a book by the Disclosure Project. In the book, Donna Hare, who was a NASA launch photographic specialist, said that in Building 8 of Johnson Space Center, there was a lab set aside for airbrushing out mysterious flying aircrafts from high-resolution satellite imagery. The tool I wrote scanned for local administrator accounts on Windows PCs. It was written in Perl and scanned a Class B in 8 minutes. The low latency due to me running the scan on an already compromised machine on the same or another government military network. I found Building 8 by reading the comment sections of the PCs via the command console. These fields are used for auditing, and luckily, NASA filled them all in, so I knew which PCs were in Building 8. There weren't many machines in Building 8, but one of the first I looked at had folders called Raw and Processed, or Raw and Cleaned. The images averaged around 250 megabytes, and would have taken a long time at 5 minutes per megabyte on a 56K modem, so having remote control of the PC via a program called Remotely Anywhere, I decided to view it live on the desktop, which was risky since they work odd hours at NASA. The image was coming down very slowly via the Java-based Remotely Anywhere program, so I cut the color to 4-bit, 16 colors and shades, and the lowest resolution, which was 640 by 480, it may have been 320 by 240. The image slowly filled the screen and I could see blackness, superimposed upon which was a blue and white planet, and superimposed on that was a tubular form that was metallic white and had domes around its central circumference and at its ends. This thing had no rivets or seams and looked futuristic, though of course, with the low resolution and number of shades, detail was lacking. This was my eureka moment. Donna Hare's lab was still in existence. I was waiting for this image to come down and planning on the fastest way to get all of the other images to me. And right when I was making my plans, I saw the mouse cursor move to the bottom right of the screen, right-click the network icon and choose Disconnect. I'd been caught and disconnected, missing my chance to grab even a single image. I never did any intentional damage or accidental. As far as I know, I'm not a vandal, but I did leave stupid messages about disrupting their sense of security. My family and I then fought my possible extradition to America for 10 years, finally winning the case in 2012. I know this is an old story and not too widely publicized in America at the time, so I apologize that there's nothing new, though hopefully interesting questions will result in interesting answers. Let me tell you what happened to me in 2006, the only odd Men in Black possibly kind of thing that did happen to me, apart from being followed by the same van for 2 hours one time across England. I lived in a bedsit at the time, being unemployed due to my ongoing case, which is one room in a shared house. I was on the first floor, one story up if you're American. My lady and I had gone to bed on my fold-out sofa. I think we fell asleep around midnight. I woke up out of a really deep sleep, so I'm thinking it must have been around 2 or 3 in the morning. I was woken up by a really sharp pain in my left heel, so sharp that I jolted awake and reached down to my foot to see what it was, whereupon I was forced to sleep again. It was like going under general anesthetic, uncomfortable and unwilling. So I went from painful shock to instant sleep. In the morning, the first thing I thought of was the pain in my heel. I looked at my foot. It turned out I'd gone to bed with my socks on, and there were 2 holes in the sock on my heel. I removed the sock and found 2 perfectly round holes in my heel, each around 5 millimeters in diameter. It was like someone had done me with a miniature paper hole punch. I can't explain that to this day, and can only assume it's a chip. I've had tri-field meters on it. I made a super-sensitive magnetometer that showed nothing, but 2 lumps did grow on the heel in the months following the event, and they have now moved around to the inside of the foot." End quote. The moon, Earth's celestial companion, has long captivated the human imagination and fueled our curiosity about the cosmos. In recent decades, as human space exploration and lunar observation have advanced, reports of unidentified flying objects seen in close proximity to the moon have emerged. These sightings, often shrouded in mystery, have raised intriguing questions about the possibility of extraterrestrial presence, advanced technology, and the enigmatic nature of lunar space. Perhaps one of the most famous lunar sightings occurred during NASA's Apollo 11 mission in 1969. While in lunar orbit, astronaut Michael Collins reported seeing a bright object that appeared to be following the spacecraft. This object, often referred to as the Apollo 11 UFO, was captured on audio recordings and was witnessed by multiple astronauts. NASA, however, officially categorized it as a panel from the lunar module. During the Apollo 16 mission in 1972, astronaut John Young observed a strange light while orbiting the moon. He described it as a streamer of light that appeared to move across the lunar surface. The exact nature of this phenomenon remains a subject of debate, with some speculating about its origin. With advancements in technology and the rise of citizen scientists, there has been a surge in reported lunar sightings. Amateur astronomers and lunar observers have captured images and videos of unexplained objects near the moon, often resembling bright lights or unidentified shapes. These observations are often shared on social media and have fueled public interest in the topic. One of the most plausible explanations for lunar sightings is the presence of human-made spacecraft and satellites in lunar orbit. Over the years, various missions and lunar programs have left behind debris and equipment in lunar space, including defunct satellites and spacecraft stages. These objects can catch the sunlight and appear as unidentified objects when observed from Earth. Some accounts suggest that these mysterious crafts might be interested in our moon. The moon has long been considered a potential source of valuable resources, including water ice, rare minerals, and helium-3, which could be used for future space exploration and colonization. Advanced extraterrestrial civilizations might be interested in these resources, potentially explaining UFO presence. The moon offers a unique vantage point for observing Earth and the cosmos, and unidentified objects might utilize lunar space to conduct scientific research, monitor our planet, or engage in astronomical observations that are superior to Earth-based perspectives. The moon landing in 1969 represented a monumental achievement for humanity. If advanced civilizations have been monitoring our progress, they might have taken an interest in our lunar exploration efforts as a marker of our technological development. The moon has been associated with various unexplained phenomena, from transient lunar phenomena to sightings of anomalous lights and objects. These mysterious objects might be drawn to these lunar mysteries, seeking answers or conducting investigations, The Moon has been proposed as a potential location for humans or bases. If these objects are indeed linked to advanced civilizations, they might use lunar bases as strategic outposts for observing Earth and our activities. The Moon's lower gravitational pull compared to Earth makes it an attractive celestial body for maneuvering and launching spacecraft. Unidentified objects might use the Moon as a base for interstellar travel or as a waypoint for exploring our solar system. The Moon's orbit provides efficient pathways for spacecraft traveling between Earth and other celestial destinations. These objects might leverage these orbital trajectories for expedient space travel. The Moon holds immense cultural and symbolic value for humanity. These encounters near the Moon could be intended as a form of communication or interaction with our species, acknowledging the significance we attribute to our celestial neighbor. If unidentified objects are piloted by intelligent beings, they might aim to engage in intercultural exchange by visiting celestial bodies of importance to human civilization, including the Moon. As of right now, while unidentified objects exhibiting interest in our Moon remains theoretical and speculative, it is a captivating concept that fuels the imagination and inspires exploration. The Moon, with its scientific significance, historical importance, and cultural symbolism, offers a rich canvas for contemplating the potential motivations of unidentified flying objects. For decades, reports of unidentified flying objects hovering near military bases have fueled intrigue and speculation. These incidents, often shrouded in secrecy, have raised questions about the potential implications for national security, military technology, and the broader understanding of unidentified aerial phenomena. The Malmstrom Air Force Base incident stands as one of the most perplexing and compelling episodes in the annals of unidentified object encounters. Taking place during the height of the Cold War, this incident involved sightings of unidentified flying objects near the Malmstrom Air Force Base in Montana in March 1967. It raised questions about the potential national security implications, the reliability of military personnel as witnesses, and the enduring mystery of unidentified aerial phenomena. On the night of March 24, 1967, Deputy Crew Commander Lieutenant Robert Salas and his team were stationed at the Echo Flight Launch Control Center at Malmstrom Air Force Base, responsible for overseeing a group of Minuteman intercontinental ballistic missiles located in underground silos across the Montana countryside. Suddenly, the alarms went off, indicating a complete shutdown of the missiles in their launch-ready state. Panicked, Salas reported the incident to higher authorities, who were equally mystified. Furthermore, security personnel on the surface witnessed a glowing red unidentified object hovering above one of the missile silos. This incident was corroborated by multiple witnesses, including other missile officers stationed at different sites. In the days following the incident, a flurry of investigations ensued. Military personnel were subjected to rigorous debriefings, and the incident report was classified. An official Air Force statement attributed the shutdown of the missiles to a power failure, an explanation that many involved in the incident vehemently rejected. The Malmstrom incident occurred during a period of heightened Cold War tensions between the United States and the Soviet Union. The fact that an unidentified object had the capability to shut down multiple intercontinental ballistic missiles raised concerns about potential foreign interference or espionage. The incident underscored the vulnerability of military installations to unidentified aerial phenomena. The possibility of hostile foreign entities having advanced technology or infiltrating sensitive military sites prompted national security concerns. The witnesses to the Malmstrom incident were highly trained military personnel responsible for the nation's nuclear deterrent. Their credibility and the consistency of their accounts added weight to the encounter. Skeptics argue that the missile shutdown might have resulted from a technical malfunction rather than advanced interference. However, this theory fails to explain the concurrent sighting reported by security personnel. Enthusiasts and some military personnel involved in the incident maintain that the mysterious object was of advanced origin. They believe that the presence of advanced, intelligently controlled craft capable of interfering with intercontinental ballistic missiles suggests an otherworldly connection. As of right now, the Malmstrom Air Force Base incident remains an enduring enigma in the realm of unidentified aerial phenomena. Its occurrence during the Cold War, its impact on national security perceptions, and the credibility of the witnesses have all contributed to the ongoing intrigue surrounding this event. With regards to unidentified object sightings in the United Kingdom, there have been numerous encounters reported throughout the years. However, when it comes to significance, the incidents that occurred in Suffolk, specifically after Christmas 1980, stand out prominently. These events hold immense importance within the realm of unidentified flying objects in the country. The unusual phenomenon occurring in and around Rendlesham Forest, a location conveniently situated between two American Air Force bases, was observed on multiple occasions throughout the span of several nights during the Christmas week. This intriguing event has captured the attention of many due to its mysterious nature and close proximity to military installations. Furthermore, it is important to note that the incident in question was observed by a number of individuals who possess extensive military training and expertise in evaluating and understanding their surroundings. These witnesses are adept at assessing complex situations, even in the most high-stress and challenging circumstances. Their first-hand accounts provide valuable insights and perspectives that contribute to a comprehensive understanding of the event. What adds even more fascination to the incident is the presence of an intriguing phenomenon involving advanced forms of communication and telepathy between one of the primary witnesses and the occupants of this unusual flying object. Furthermore, raising even more intrigue are the later revelations made, nearly 3 decades down the line, regarding the existence of missing files and deliberate concealment of information related to the incident. These factors bring forth deeper questions and a desire to uncover the truth behind the incident, while adding a comprehensive understanding to the overall narrative. Undoubtedly, there has been a persistent discourse among researchers regarding the information we are about to delve into. It raises an intriguing question. Should we truly consider the possibility that the occupants of these extraordinary and enigmatic flying vessels were not extraterrestrial beings, but rather human? In order to thoroughly explore this fascinating claim, we must objectively assess the available evidence and consider all potential implications. In order to delve into the events that took place in Rendlesham Forest, it is essential to first explore a sighting that occurred approximately 2 weeks prior, which was witnessed by numerous individuals. Among these witnesses was Timothy Good, an acclaimed author and prominent researcher. As we further investigate the events that unfolded in Suffolk 2 weeks later, it becomes evident that the striking similarities between the two incidents cannot be disregarded. This comprehensive examination aims to provide a thorough analysis, offering a deeper understanding of the connection and significance between the initial sighting and the subsequent events in Rendlesham Forest. In the comprehensive book titled Above Top Secret, author Timothy Good recounts a fascinating incident that he personally experienced on the 15th of December 1980. As he strolled towards his residence in the Bromley area of London, Good was captivated by an extraordinary sight, an unusual aerial display that unfolded before his eyes. This remarkable event took place at approximately 4:07 in the afternoon, with Good's attention drawn to a stationary, radiant object resembling a bright star that seemed to hover effortlessly in the cloudless sky. Initially, Good observed a luminous gleam in the early evening sky and assumed it to be Venus due to its intense radiance. However, he swiftly engaged in a mental assessment, performing a rapid calculation, and came to a realization that contradicted his initial assumption. It dawned upon him that this celestial brilliance did not align with the expected position of our neighboring planet Venus, nor did it resemble any known star. In essence, the presence of this dazzling luminosity perplexed Good, prompting him to question its true identity. Considering the possibility that the object in question could be either a commercial airliner or a hot air balloon, potentially illuminated by the sun's fading beams, the individual in question felt a strong urge to quickly retrieve their telescope. Their intention was to have a more detailed and intimate view of the object. However, when they finally managed to obtain their telescope and returned to the designated spot, the object had already disappeared from sight. At precisely 4:15, disappointment filled Good's heart as he feared that the incident would be forgotten. However, his concerns were soon alleviated the next day when a phone call came in from Russell Bowie, a reporter representing the Kentish Times. Bowie wished to know if Good had any information on any sightings the previous day, especially around 4 in the afternoon. The only incident he knew of was his own, which he relayed to Bowie. In response, Bowie would inform him that at 3 in the afternoon the previous day, at the Orpington Hospital redevelopment site, over 40 people witnessed an unidentified object for over an hour. The unidentified flying object remained stationary in the air for a certain period of time, seemingly suspended in the sky. It then began to move slowly, gradually picking up speed, until it suddenly accelerated and swiftly streaked across the entire expanse of the sky. Notably, upon examining the account of the Rendlesham incident, it becomes apparent that the mysterious object exhibited an extraordinary feature. It split into multiple distinct components, before swiftly vanishing from sight by ascending vertically at an incredible velocity. During the investigation, Peter McSherry, an employee of Lovell Southern Limited, emerged as a crucial witness. According to McSherry's account to Good, he observed the object around 3 in the afternoon and was startled by its absolute stillness. It appeared to hover effortlessly in the sky, suspended at an estimated altitude of 50,000 feet. Interestingly, a few moments later, a passing aircraft flew beneath the object, causing it to shift slightly in a serene and measured manner before coming to a halt once again. This intriguing sequence of events raises questions about the nature and behavior of the object, prompting further exploration and analysis. The unidentified object exhibited an intriguing pattern of behavior, consistently captivating observers with its unusual actions. Initially, it emitted a quick burst of vapor before gradually shifting in an eastward direction. After this short movement, it entered a period of stillness, as if frozen in time. Astonishingly, at some point, the object abruptly propelled itself towards the moon at an astonishing velocity, leaving witnesses awestruck by its extraordinary speed. However, within a brief span, at precisely 4 in the afternoon, the unidentified object would once again commence its rotation on its axis and swiftly ascend to its original position directly above the construction site. However, at 4:15, an intriguing phenomenon occurred. The object, with its prominent front end pointing upwards, astonishingly split into 2 distinct entities and swiftly ascended into the sky with unimaginable velocity. It is highly probable that the sighting at 4 in the afternoon corresponds to the same object that Good witnessed while returning home. It is worth noting that when he came back after retrieving his telescope at 4:15, the object had mysteriously vanished, leaving no trace behind. This detailed account offers a comprehensive insight into the peculiar behavior and enigmatic nature of the observed object, providing a deeper understanding of the events that unfolded during this extraordinary occurrence. According to Good, on the evening of December 17th, 2 nights after the Kent incident, a brief segment of footage captured by a family of spectators was aired. However, it is important to note that the London Weather Centre and the Civil Aviation Authority did not detect any abnormal activity on radar. The accuracy of these statements, though, can be subject to debate. Furthermore, it is worth delving deeper into the discussion of whether the claims made by these sources hold true under scrutiny. The question of whether there is a deeper correlation between the incidents remains a topic of debate. Nonetheless, it is worth noting that an event that transpired in the early November of 1980, possibly in late October, may have possible connections to the eventual encounter that took place in Rendlesham Forest 2 months later. This particular incident involved 2 F-4 Phantom jets engaged in night flying exercises, during which an unidentified object was detected on military radar. Exploring this connection further reveals a potential link between these events, suggesting a greater significance that warrants closer examination. The radar operator in question, Malcolm Scurrah, vividly recollected the peculiar occurrence when an unidentified flying object initially appeared on the radar scope at an altitude of approximately 5,000 feet. Intriguingly, this aerial anomaly swiftly ascended several thousand feet, defying the laws of conventional aviation until it reached an astounding altitude of 90,000 feet. Astonishingly, at that remarkable height, the unidentified object vanished from the radar screens, leaving no trace of its existence. Remarkably, Scurra would later discreetly discover that higher-ranking officers held a keen interest in monitoring this enigmatic object as it traversed the skies. Upon receiving the reports, the authorities promptly issued orders to halt all nocturnal aviation activities and commence a thorough investigation into the peculiar phenomenon. As per Scurra's account, he stated that one of the fighter jets approached what appeared to be an intensely luminous object, only to witness it swiftly ascend in a vertical trajectory and suddenly vanish within a matter of seconds. Whether this enigmatic craft dissipated into thin air as a singular entity or fragmented into two distinct entities remains undisclosed. The authorities are now diligently examining all available data and eyewitness testimonies to shed light on this perplexing incident, leaving no stone unturned in their pursuit of uncovering the truth behind this extraordinary event. The subsequent day, as indicated by Scurra, a number of unidentified senior military figures made their way to the base. Their purpose was to collect all the radar tapes and logs from the previous evening, a development that raised eyebrows. Adding to the intrigue, there was an abrupt appointment of yet another individual described as a high-ranking RAF personnel at the base, further fueling speculation. This series of events prompted intense scrutiny and curiosity surrounding the activities and potential motives behind these actions. In the early morning hours of December 26, 1980, around 3 a.m, John Burroughs and Jim Penniston, who were both on patrol duty at RAF Woodbridge, an American airbase located in the United Kingdom, experienced a peculiar event. Having just concluded the Christmas festivities a few hours earlier, their attention was caught when they noticed an unusual light in the sky, specifically over the woodland adjacent to the base. This incident marked the beginning of a fascinating encounter that would remain etched in their memories forever. With the assumption that a small aircraft or helicopter had possibly made an unscheduled landing, or even encountered an accident, the individuals in question would request permission from their superior to investigate the situation. After receiving the go-ahead, Burroughs, Penniston, and Airman First Class Cabansag embarked on their expedition, opting to utilize a military-style jeep in order to navigate through the dense trees and locate the source of the peculiar illumination. However, as they ventured further into the challenging terrain of the woodland, the unforgiving nature of the surroundings became increasingly apparent, prompting the 3-member team to make the difficult decision of abandoning their vehicle. As per Charles Holt's report, the individuals involved in this incident recounted witnessing a peculiar luminous entity displaying a metallic composition and assuming a distinct triangular form. Based on their estimations, the object's dimensions were approximately 2 meters in height and 2 to 3 meters in width. This enigmatic phenomenon emitted a radiant white light, casting its illuminating rays across the entire expanse of the forest. Positioned atop the craft was a vibrant, pulsating red light, while a row of captivating blue lights adorned its lower section. This comprehensive account provides a detailed and nuanced depiction of the remarkable occurrences witnessed by the individuals involved in this intriguing event. The intensity of the brightness emanating from the object was so overwhelming that the men in its presence were unable to discern whether it was suspended in the air or supported by legs. As they approached closer, their communication radios began to experience heightened interference, adding to their uncertainty and confusion. In order to establish a reliable line of communication, Penniston made a quick decision and instructed Cabansag to return to the nearby jeep, positioning himself as a vital link between the team and the control base. As they ventured within a proximity of approximately 50 meters from the enigmatic craft, the level of detail that unfolded before them exceeded their wildest expectations, leaving them in awe and wonderment. At this particular phase, Burroughs seemed to be completely inundated by the circumstances, giving the impression that he was merely going through the motions without actively absorbing and comprehending the details. In contrast, Penniston was fully present and engaged in the moment. He vividly recalls how the very atmosphere had a tangible sensation of static electricity, to the extent that it caused his hair to stand on end. This heightened perception not only highlights Penniston's complete immersion in the situation, but also reinforces the intensity and unusual nature of the experience they were encountering. Penniston proceeded further, covering a distance of less than 20 meters. As he approached, He couldn't help but notice the impeccably polished surface of the triangular craft. It was remarkably smooth, almost resembling a sheet of glass. The craft's red and blue lights flickered in an alternating pattern, while a steady stream of white light emanated from its upper and lower sections. This combination of lights created a mesmerizing display, capturing Peniston's attention and leaving a lasting impression. During that moment, Peniston took out a camera from his own possession and proceeded to capture photographs of the external appearance of the unidentified craft. Simultaneously, he methodically encircled the craft, carefully observing and absorbing every intricate detail from multiple sides and angles. The outer surface of the craft was remarkably sleek, lacking any visible seams or rivets, as if it had been created from a single unified material. This particular characteristic has been commonly reported in numerous accounts of unidentified flying object sightings, further adding credibility to these observations. Upon close observation, he was unable to detect any apparent indication of how the craft was being propelled. Inhaling deeply, he cautiously extended his arms and rested his hands upon the sleek, ebony exterior of the vehicle. In the years that followed, he would vividly remember how, despite the bitterly cold weather during that December night in England, the craft exuded a remarkable heat. This observation left a lasting impression on him as he pondered the enigmatic nature of this unidentified flying object. Upon a more thorough examination, the author experienced an increased level of surprise as he observed the presence of raised etchings on the surface of the mysterious craft. These peculiar etchings, resembling the texture of sandpaper, displayed intricate symbols that bore a striking resemblance to the ancient Egyptian hieroglyphics. Measuring approximately 3 inches in height, these symbols spanned an extensive range of about 3 feet along the side of the enigmatic vessel. Adding to the enigma, the author made the astonishing discovery that upon coming into contact with these symbols, the entire surroundings transformed into a luminous shade of brilliant white. During this extraordinary encounter, the sudden emergence of an intense, luminous white light completely overwhelmed the witness, rendering him temporarily oblivious to both sound and sight. The inexplicable radiance appeared to govern the course of events, as if possessing its own autonomous will. At a particular point in the inexplicable sequence of events, Peniston found himself convinced that the mysterious object was on the verge of detonation, prompting him to cautiously retreat from it, adopting a defensive posture with the intention to shield himself from any potential harm. The moment the object lifted off the ground, it ascended swiftly into the sky and disappeared among the towering trees. Simultaneously, on a nearby farm, the presence of the unknown entity sent the animals into a state of wild excitement and agitation. As the object continued its journey, a magnificent blend of vibrant red and blue hues, softened by the gentle white light, enveloped the entire forest, casting an enchanting glow over its surroundings. During the notable incident in Sussex during the Christmas holiday of 1980, Peniston vividly remembered the presence of an inexplicable life force within the craft, despite not visually capturing any occupants. This peculiar sensation strongly hinted at the undeniable existence of an intelligent entity dwelling inside. Peniston carefully documented his observations throughout the entirety of the encounter, diligently recording them in his logbook, which he still possesses to this day. By referring to his logbook, we gain invaluable insight into the extraordinary events that unfolded. Peniston was particularly struck by the astounding velocity at which the unidentified craft zipped through the sky, a notable detail he diligently noted down. At that precise moment, I came to the realization that the technological advancements of this particular craftsmanship were vastly superior to what our own engineering capabilities could ever achieve. The unit successfully made it back to their base. However, roughly an hour later, at around 4 a.m, there was another brief sighting. This time, a bright object was observed just outside the back gate of the base. It is worth noting that during this period, both Burroughs and Peniston underwent a debriefing session to discuss the incident in detail and provide their accounts. During the debriefing, one of the key points emphasized to Burroughs and Peniston was the importance of completely erasing any memory or recollection of what they had witnessed. It became evident to them that there was already an ongoing effort to conceal or suppress information regarding the encounter. As a result, they cautiously and discreetly decided to return to the location where the incident had taken place, indicating their suspicion that a cover-up was indeed underway. As the break of dawn took hold of the forest, illuminating the surroundings with its gentle glow, the two observers wasted no time in venturing towards the site to investigate further. Astonishingly, the spot where the men had claimed to have witnessed the enigmatic object prior to their arrival revealed a remarkable phenomenon. 3 distinct indentations arranged in an intriguing pattern. This intriguing arrangement strongly suggests that the object had been resting on legs rather than floating above the ground. To gather concrete evidence, Penniston meticulously created plaster-cast molds of these enigmatic depressions, ensuring a lasting record of their existence. This meticulous approach guarantees that the physical imprints remain accessible for scrutiny and analysis, adding depth to the investigation. However, as soon as he retreated to the solace of his own room, peculiar visions commenced to intrude on his consciousness. An onslaught of ones and zeros relentlessly inundated his thoughts, compelling him to diligently transcribe the sequences in the precise order they revealed themselves. It didn't take him much time to discern that he was, in fact, perceiving and remarkably remembering binary code. In light of this enigmatic encoding, upon expert scrutiny from Joe Luciano, the ensuing outcomes proved to be utterly captivating. The profound significance embedded in these patterns of binary code unraveled a realm of possibilities, evoking a sense of awe in those who delved deeper into its deciphered meaning. The objective of this project is to compile a comprehensive list of the coordinates for a variety of well-known and historically significant locations across the globe. These locations encompass a wide range of destinations, including but not limited to the iconic pyramids of Giza in Egypt and the enigmatic Nazca lines in Peru. Although he, as well as Penniston and Burroughs, have not actively pursued public attention or sought the spotlight, they have also not refrained from recounting their experiences when necessary. It is worth noting that their narrative has remained largely consistent and unaltered since the week of Christmas in 1980. This fact highlights their commitment to the veracity of their account and reinforces the credibility of their testimonies over the years. So, what do you make of these mysterious events? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comment section below and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.